Hi girl, listen, have you guys reached London Liverpool Street? Okay, so the plan is that we...
Yeah, but Warren last night, so...
She did.
Yeah, and so Josh Eagles is going to come with him, so they're now waiting at the others to turn up.
Platform 2, the 1201 Stansted Express service to London Liverpool
노래.
London Liverpool Street. Welcome to this service for London Liverpool Street. We will be calling at Tottenham Hale and London Liverpool Street. The next stop will be Tottenham Hale. Change for Victoria Line. Closing doors.
Are committed to helping rough sleepers get off the street. You can help too by donating to charity projects and referring rough sleepers to support services via street. Visit
The next train will be a Victoria Line service calling at all stations to Brixton. Please stand behind the yellow light as the train approaches. Use the full length of the platform and let customers off the train first.
already good 80. 16 minutes. അവർ വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആരെങ്കിലും ബുക്ക് കൊടുക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അവർ കൊടുക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ഇതാണ് ടൂർ ബസ്. ഈ പോകുന്ന കണ്ടില്ലേ ടൂർ ബസ് അതുണ്ടല്ലോ.
നിങ്ങളുടെ വീഡിയോ അല്ലേ?
We have to cross?
vessels operated by Thames River Services comply with the regulation laid down by the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency. All vessels are fitted with life rafts, which, in the unlikely event of an emergency, will either float free or be launched by a crew member. Life jackets are stored under seating or in boxes marked with a green life jacket sign. Emergency exits are also clearly marked by green signs, and the vessel is in constant radio communication with the river authorities.
Welcome aboard on our run downstream to Tower and Greenwich. Just got to run through a short safety announcement just to familiarise you with the boat you're travelling on. We're licensed by the Maritime Coast Guard Agency, being licensed by them. I know we've just done the safety, haven't we? We don't need to do that. On our way downstream, the bar's open, downstairs, tea, coffee, light bar snacks, freshly made hot dogs, as well as the usual alcoholic beverages. There's one or two places of interest we'll point out. We're not official guides, we are just members of the crew. Commentaries are done purely on a voluntary basis. On the right we have the London Eye, quite a top tourist attraction nowadays. Can generate anything up to £16,500 in an hour. You can get married on it as well. I wouldn't recommend it though, marriage. It starts at the bottom with 25 of your friends in your family. As you make your way round to the top, the ceremony is performed. When you reach the top overviews of London, you're pronounced man and wife, you kiss your bride, and it's pretty much downhill after that. This is the Charing Cross Railway Bridge, just about to pass beneath. Charing Cross Station is over on our left-hand side. Now, not only do we pass beneath a railway system, we pass above one as well. We're going to pass over the Northern and the Bakerloo lines of the London Underground system. Through this bridge we've got to make a couple of stops just to pick some more people up for our trip downstream. So what we'll do, we'll leave you in peace for a bit and then we'll come back to you as soon as we've done that, okay?
That's the best. People from here.
Ahead of us is the Blackfriars Road Bridge. If you look at the buttresses of this bridge, they're said to represent church pulpits. These was placed here under the express wish of Queen Victoria to commemorate a Dominican monastery which stood over on the left. The monks wore habits of black, hence the name Blackfriars. If you look around the top of the columns, you see all these different carvings of birds. These are all the different kinds of waterfowl that you'll find out here on the Thames. Now this is the only point on the river where you'll find three bridges this close together, and they're quite often referred to as the Tunnel of Love. I say as you pass through, if you turn to a loved one and give them a quick kiss, it will grant you many years of happiness. Obviously, if you're not on a boat with a loved one today, you've always got your husband or your wife, I suppose. If there's any single ladies on the boat, you can come up here and give the captain a kiss. He won't mind. All the normally cute. If there's any single men on the boat, don't worry, don't feel left out. Just pop downstairs, see Lewis, our barman. He's quite an open-minded young man. He won't mind a kiss. Stop hiding, Lewis. You know you love him. On the right, the building with a tall chimney is the old Bankside Power Station, designed by Giles Gilbert Scott. He also designed Battersea Power Station, about 2 miles behind us, Liverpool Cathedral, the Anglican one, and his most famous piece of work was London's Red Telephone Box. It's no longer a power station, it now houses the Tate Art Gallery of modern art. It is free to go in over there, but if you've ever seen modern art, you'll know why. It's free. See, we've got these Morph statues as well around London at the moment. You see, we've got 4 over there. Anyone remember Morph from that art programme with Tony Art in it? And the little plastic character that used to stop-start motion. There's about 50 of these, I believe, around London at the moment. And they're all part of the Trail for the Piss Kids, which is basically a charity for children in wheelchairs. That was the Millennium Footbridge, just past beneath, or more commonly known as the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge, as it swayed rather dangerously when it was first opened. On the right, there's a timber frame building with a thatched roof. This is a replica of William Shakespeare's Globe Theatre. Started off by Sam Wanamaker, the American actor, film producer, to recreate the Globe at Bankside. You can see Shakespearean plays performed throughout the summer months in period dress. It is an open air theatre, so if it does rain, you will get wet as well. If you turn up late just before a play starts over there, you can get a standby ticket for as little as £5. You can't even get a pint in London for a fiver nowadays, so £5 for one of Shakespeare's plays, very good entertainment, very good value. This is the Southwark Road Bridge ahead of us, one of the least used bridges to span the River Thames. They say the approach roads are so hard to find, not many Londoners know these bridges here. So if you do see anyone up there, give them a wave, because they're more than likely lost. Or drunk, or both. Through the bridge on the right is a public house. This is the Anchor at Bankside. There's been an Anchor pub on this site for over 400 years. It was in one of the old Anchors that William Shakespeare had a changing room when performing at the nearby Rose and Globe Theatres. Samuel Pepys, the diarist, when the Great Fire started, he retreated to an inn in Bankside where he stayed, watched the fire rage and wrote his diaries.
I see it a little bit, Papa.
There's the Anchor on our right. This is the Cannon Street Railway Bridge. Cannon Street Station is over on our left-hand side. Through the bridge, on our right, you'll see a grey building called Winchester Walls. It's behind here that you will find the Bishop of Winchester's private prison called the Clink, which was a prison for heretics and debtors. If you look in a dictionary, look up the word clink, you'll see it means door latch. Still on the right is a vessel lying in a wet dock. This is a replica of Sir Francis Drake's vessel, the Golden Hind. The original circumnavigated the world once. This replica, she has been around the world twice. They are actually doing work on it again at the moment. All the masts have gone away, they started to come back now, and they are prepping themselves for their third round the world trip. Still on the right, in the gap in the buildings, you're going to see Southwark Cathedral, London's second oldest cathedral. Edmund Shakespeare, the younger brother to William, is buried here, and a young boy baptised here by the name of John Harvard, who later went off to America to help found Harvard libraries and universities. He was the son of a local butcher. This is the new London Bridge. This one was opened in 1973 by our late Queen. The last one was taken down stone by stone, shipped off to America, where it was re-erected over the man-made lake, Lake Havasu, in the edge of the Arizona desert. Now, there's been a London Bridge on or around this site since Roman times. On our left, in the gap in the buildings, is Christopher Wren's monument to the Great Fire of London. It represents a burning candle. It stands 202 foot tall, and if you lay it down in a rough direction of which we're travelling, it's said to lay at the doorstep of a little baker shop in Pudding Lane, where the Great Fire started. On the right is the Shard, Europe's tallest building. It is over 1,000 feet tall. We have offices, apartments, restaurants, a 200-room, 5-star Shangri-La hotel. There's a swimming pool on the 55th floor and an observation platform on the 77th floor. It will cost you £30 to go up there though. If that does interest you, if you look on the left, you'll see the building that gets wider as it goes up to the top. 20 Fenchurch Street, or nicknamed the walkie-talkie. If you look right at the top, you'll see all the people standing up there as well. Now that's called the Sky Garden. If you book a ticket online, it is free to go up there. There's a restaurant and bar up there as well. Building on the left with the 6 black chimneys is Waterguard House, home of His Majesty's Customs and Excise. If you've ever tried to smuggle any illegal contraband into the country, such as cigarettes, alcohol, drugs, it is confiscated off you and stored in the basement of this warehouse, and they say that they incinerate it. Now, I've worked on this river for over 30 years now, and I have never seen a puff of smoke come out of them chimneys. I heard they have some very good Christmas parties over there though. HMS Belfast on the right, the largest of the light battle cruisers to be built for the Royal Navy. Last fired her guns in anger during the Korean campaign. It's now permanently moored here, open 7 days a week as a museum to British naval power. Tower of London on the left, the Tower, London's most famous landmark. Work started here in 1078 by William the Conqueror. Now the oldest part of the tower is the Norman Keep. That's the building in the centre with the 4 turrets. In the past, the tower has been a palace, a fortress, a prison, a mint, menagerie, observatory, nowadays more famous for housing the crown jewels. On the embankment wall, you'll see the bricked up entry to the Traitors' Gate. After Traitors was tried and condemned in the old palace of Westminster, they was rowed down river, taken through this gateway, imprisoned, and then awaited public execution upon either Tower Hill or Tower Green. Tower Bridge ahead of us was opened in 1894. The 2 centre bascles weigh over 1,100 tonnes each, can be raised in just over a minute to allow larger shipping in and out of the Port of London. One of the times these bascles that failed to operate was on the opening ceremony and a sailing ship in the bridge. Now Tower Bridge is a working museum as well, you can do tours of it. If you look in the top walkways, they say they'll put a couple of glass floors up there as well. So if you're lucky enough to be up the top there as the bascles opening, letting a ship in and out of the Port of London, you do get a very good view. I wouldn't look up there too closely though, they had a Scottish wedding up there last week. Still keeps me awake.
What are you doing your phone now?
Right, once through Tower Bridge, we have to do our next stop here, which is Tower Bridge Quay, St Catherine's Pier, for Tower Bridge and the Tower of London. Now, anyone with a ticket to Tower, St Catherine's, whether it is a single or a return ticket, you must change boats here. We do not return back to Westminster straight away. Once we leave here, we will make our way down to Greenwich. So if you've got a single or return ticket, you must change boats here. Boats going back up to London, 10 past and 20 minutes to the hour. Your last boat will leave here at 6:40 going back up, okay? We're just going to wait for the Horrible Histories boat to make their way in, and then we'll cross over to go in now. You're getting off at the tower here. If you've got time, have a little walk around St Catherine's Docks here, designed by Thomas Telford. It's where the more finer cargoes used to come into London, always went, such as gold, ivory, tea and silver. Now it's pretty much a yacht haven for London. There's a few nice boats in there, but there's some nice bars and restaurants and shops, so if you've got some time, it's worth having a walk around there as well. Right, so where Walt Disney filmed parts of the musical Oliver as well. Got quite a few houseboats either side of us now. It's quite trendy to live on a houseboat in London nowadays. If you want to buy an apartment around here overlooking Tower Bridge, you're looking at about £3 million. So some of these houseboats are now changing hands for as much as £500,000. The money's not in the boat itself, the money is actually in the mooring where the boat lives. And if you don't like your neighbours, just cut their ropes in the middle of the night. If you're no more neighbours then. Now just down on our left hand side you'll see a slope coming down into the river. Now this used to be the entrance to the old London docks. They was filled in many years ago now. But just past the slope you see the house there with the pillared entrance, the big arch windows, CCTV cameras, pink flowers in the window boxes. This used to be the home of Michael Crawford. Some people might remember him as Frank Spencer from Some Mothers Do Have 'Em. Also Phantom of the Opera, Barnum as well. Nowadays though the house is owned by the
River could hear the dogs barking, so they named the area the Isle of Dogs. A cutting was dug out hundreds of years ago, quite close to where Canary Wharf Tower now stands. This was done to allow suitable vessels to pass through, saving them the laborious journey going around the island.